Hello YouTube, this is Billy. Today I'm coming to you with a 2000 model Lexus GS300, and on the passenger side rear there is a control arm that I'm replacing. It looks a lot like a tie rod. This is what it looks like. The part number for this, the aftermarket part number that I went with, it was a really good OEM match. I went with the 102-7884. And it looks like this. It's got a ball joint on one side and this other fitting here. And it's on the one I'm doing today is on the passenger side. So this is the problem is, you see, it felt like I had a wheel out of balance, and it felt like maybe something going on. And after doing some investigating on each wheel, I would just grab the top and the bottom of the wheel and try to wiggle it, and grab the sides of the wheel and try to wiggle it. And when I got to this wheel, it definitely had some wiggle to it. So that might be the vibration, wobble, and feeling that I'm feeling when I'm driving. And so now that I've gotten this off, you can see, I wanted to show you guys. See, it's taking very little effort to move this ball joint. It's moving very, very easy. Ball joints need to be nice and stiff, okay? So if you discover that you've got a wiggle and your ball joint may be wearing out and need to be replaced. See, the new one's very, very stiff. Like it takes a lot of effort to try to move it. This is very little effort, and this one's moving all over the place. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get these lug nuts loosened off and get the car jacked up, and then remove the tire and get jack stands under there safely so that I'm able to get to it. So now that the tire is out of the way and the car's up on jack stand there, we're able to see that control arm. It's right here. It's got a bolt that goes through it there, and this line right here, there's a little bracket that's attaching to that little ear that's just holding that line there, and then the ball joint that's coming right here. So I will get this loosened off and get this loosened off on this nut right here. I've got my ratchet wrench with a little extension, and I've got a 21/32 socket on it. Seems to fit really well. Okay, what I've done so far is I put my 21/32 socket on this nut, and I went ahead and removed the nut all the way, and then I put it back on until it felt really close to being flush with the nut there. And at the time, you see, right now I've got a gap up here. See this gap I got my finger in? Well, this gap was down here, because when I took that nut off and then I put it back on, and when I put it back on, I only went almost all the way, almost a full nut on it, but so there was a gap right here. Well, while that gap was right there close to the nut, I just took my hammer and whacked it a few times, and after whacking it a few times, then it popped up like this. So now it's ready to come apart right here. Okay. Okay, now I've got my smaller ratchet with it's a 10mm socket I've got on it that fits this little bracket that's holding this line in place. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get that 10mm bolt removed so that this line is not attached to this bar anymore. Okay, so now that I've got that little 10mm out of there, and this is no longer attached to the piece I'm replacing, and I just now went ahead and pulled this apart. Now, I'm sure this is likely that it's happening to more than just me, but so whenever I was trying to get that little nut off of this, it was just spinning and spinning and spinning. This piece, this little stud, it was just spinning. See, I'm spinning it right now by my fingers. what I ended up doing was just pushing. I put my hand on top here and I just pushed down pretty hard and then turned the nut with my fingers, and then it just came right out. So for anybody that might help. But okay, so now I'm coming after this bolt and nut that's going through this backside. Figure out the tools involved on that and get that apart. So using my larger ratchet wrench and a 19mm socket, I got this one on the end. I've got it loose. I'm fixing to go ahead and get that off. Okay, so let me show you guys how this works, because this piece just, you see these pieces are shaped kind of odd, and you see how that's kind of offset and it's got little dashes and numbers on it and all that fun stuff. And same thing with this piece here. Okay, see how it's offset and it's got numbers and dashes on it and everything. And you'll notice that on the thread there, see the groove? See that groove? I'm running my finger down, there's a groove there. And same thing on this side, there's a groove. Now if you look inside this hole, if you look down inside that hole, you'll see that's why there's a groove, because you want these two pieces to be like a mirror image of each other. So that one's offset like that, and then this one's offset in the same fashion. Okay, and see how that just slides on. Okay, all this right here, these two pieces just slide together. Okay, and then so this nut right here, that nut, when it was on there, that's what's holding it really together. Once you get this nut out, and you're able to tap on the end of the stud there, and this end will just bloop, it'll just pop right out like that. Now when you're trying to go back together with the new stuff, if you're anything like me, and I'm sure you are, right here on the subframe of where it goes back together, you can see the markings, so that you're kind of like the dirty stain there that's on there. You can use that as a guide on getting it back in the same spot. That's my plans, and so in any event, that's where I'm at now. I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to get this new piece in there and go from there. Okay, so now I've kind of got it pieced together a little bit, and you see see all the dirt on the subframe and everything, and the real pretty clean spot that was behind that. It made it really easy for me to get it back together in the same spot. So if it was a little off, I would see it really, really well, and I could turn it or twist it to get it to be in the exact same spot. And that's what I'm doing. So now I've got the little nut on there. Go ahead and get that tightened down, and then get the rest of this thing together. Okay, I've put my socket on there and I've tightened that down really well. Now on this end over here, I'm gonna manhandle, I'm gonna grab this this wheel hub here and this ball joint stud and everything, and I'm gonna manhandle it. But when I'm manhandling it, forcing it into lining up and going in, I'm gonna be real careful that I'm careful with my threads on the ball joint there. Okay. Okay, I put my socket on this nut here, and I tightened it down really well. And now I'll get this little line attached to the new bar there with that 10mm bolt there. Okay, I put my 10mm ratchet on there and tighten that back up, and ta-da! This was not too difficult at all. Now, if you didn't know how this piece was, that could be aggravating, but hopefully my video helps people see how you loosen this one off. You know, this little nut, you remove that. Once you've removed that little nut right there, you just tap on that stud and it just comes apart. So in any event, well, not too hard, pretty easy. And for anybody this video might help, all I've got to do is get my tire remounted and my lug nuts tightened back up and the vehicle back down to the ground. And will everybody have a safe day and good luck. Bye.